Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. Hi there, how you doing? If the stream ends abruptly, that means my computer crashed, which it tends to do as of late. I don't know why exactly, and it's scaring me a fair bit. Because we'll just keep on crashing, that's worrying. Hi the Stump, hi the Nils, hi the Farming, I like it. Hi Retrotivity, I haven't seen you in a while, hi. Hi there. 2025 is a pinnacle of years for video games. It's pretty good. Subnautica 2 is coming out. I'm glad. I'm excited for it. I think it's coming out. I don't know. Let me see. Subnautica 2. Let me see if that actually is coming out. Yeah, it is. Does it say when? Oh no, is it crashing? No, not yet. If the stream is going to crash, it's gonna be like abrupt. Because my PC just turns off. That's what happens. It worries me, I'm terrified, I might need to get a new PC, which is a big expense. But hey, what can you do, am I right? Anyway, today, I've been busy lately, lucky I've been free now, I'm fully moved in and stuff. It's fine, I need to explain, it's fine, I understand. Here's what we're going to do today. Today we're going to design a file format. That's it. That's because I'm making a video about computer science and memory and storage and so on and so forth. And for that we're going to need a file format. So here's my idea. The 1, 2, the metadata and data. The data will just be an array, which means the data will be just the size of data. So size of data multiplied by a size of a struct. Struct size, that will be the size of the data, and over there we just pop in everything. And then right here is where we add in... Actually, will we need a void pointer? No, I can't fall asleep. Well, now I can't even fall asleep. Rough. Hold on, I haven't drunk my coffee yet. We only see pi. What's pi squared? What do you mean by that? I'm an aunt now. Oh, that's great. That's great. Glad to hear. Why am I thinking so slowly? This is simple stuff. This is basics. I'm just thinking that I did the void pointer kind of incorrectly. That's kind of dumb. Or is it? It doesn't have to be. Yeah, a bit over-engineered, but... the void pointer is a bit over engineered, but should be fine. Okay. What this file format will be for? It will be for a video to explain how memory works. She's so cute, babies are supposed to be ugly and stuff. I think they are. I personally am not into babies, but I don't know, I've heard people calling them cute quite a lot. S times D, S will be just the size of the data. I could compact it even more actually. I could just do it with a single void pointer. Oh, that would be such a mess though. Why are you doing so many computer science videos lately? You are ghosting physics. People keep saying that. No, I don't make that many computer science videos recently. I've made two computer science videos. Screaming and shitting themselves. So am I! No one seems to complain now. My goodness. Honestly. Double standards. I have made this computer science video this computer science video, and that's it. If anything, I've done a lot of math videos. Math. But no one complains about the math videos. Just the computer science ones for some reason. Honestly, bias, prejudice. There hasn't been a chemistry video since the flame one. And no one bats an eye. Maths is fun. Computer science is similar to math in a way. Okay. You made 3 computer vids in the recent past. You work in that. No, I've made 2. What do you mean? 1, 2. This is the 3rd one. Make chemistry videos, but I don't know enough about chemistry to make chemistry videos. For chemistry videos, I would need practical setups, and for practical setups, I would need money. And right now, I'm a bit of a pinch. So no, one day, when we get enough patrons, I'll get back to making chemistry videos. Metadata, what will it be? Well, metadata will tell us the struct of a first. The metadata will have the size of the, or actually amount of structs. This will be the amount of structs, and then the metadata will be the struct, how the struct is ordered. Make a video about science while you're wearing a rainbow flag. Call that shit Pride and Prejudice. That's pretty funny. Practical computer science is computer science, like severe gas video is practical chemistry. Okay, Timon, calling the controller video practical computer science is kind of like me calling my acid video practical physics. It's about as much in common. Computer science is not electricity. The controller video was closer to... the only part of the controller video that was computer science was... Oh, that's a good question. Which part of it would be computer science? That's a really good question. I didn't really go into computer science in that video. Hold on. Right. I wonder if this is from a point of a matrix. I guess you could... This is mathematics. This is more mathematics. This is... I guess... Well, not really. Waiting to be controlled, then... Oh. It's more engineering, if anything. I'm here waiting for make it to someday make a history video. So I already tried, well, I wanted to for a long time. I reached out to Mini Minuteman, Milo, to ask him if he'd like to make a video with me. And I got no response. I got ghosted. Slap in the face. I piss in my cup. That's all I got. It's just computer, no science. Oh yeah, live chat by the way. Thank you so much for reminding me, Lycan. There we go. Okay, so we have amount of structs, and then we're gonna have the metadata, which will need to tell us how the structs are ordered. And I think the best way to do it would be to start with the size of the struct. Go to one of his conferences and yell at him, but he's so far away! I can't afford the plane tickets! What topic would you cover in the history video? More history? Well, I kind of wanted it to be like evolution of maps, basically, from a perspective of what else changed. It's a long story. I guess that's always history. Evolution of maps, not as in different ways we make maps, only as in how, you know, the not geography, how the countries changed. Vivo software. You're doing a series. I am doing a series, yes. Hence why it is, in fact, a series. Is it not? Never mind. I didn't make it into a series. Oh yeah, because I only have 2 videos. That's why I didn't make it into a series. I was waiting for the third one. So, geography and history on my science channel? I know, Stump. I'm disgusted as well. But hey, if Milo were to... Listen, if I were to do it with Milo, that's a compromise I'm willing to take. That is a compromise I'm willing to take. Hi, The Void. Hi. Welcome. Okay, here's what we can gonna do. If I do right twice, that's the question. I'm sorry, the error? Why? Why did you error? You have no reason to. Void pointer data. Oh, file name, right. Jeez, I'm an idiot. Constant char pointer is equal to testing. This time it got me free. That's great. Too many arguments. Fucking hell. Just remember, I'm shaking like a goddamn addict. Well, now you know why my sleep schedule is so irrational. That's what happens. Okay, let's see. Open anyway, text editor. Make it! Perfect! Oh, that worked out just splendidly. That's exactly what I wanted. Hi, the Void, hi, Ninja, by the way. I don't know if I said hi, but just in case I'm saying it. Okay, well, that worked out splendidly, because that means we can now just write as we go. Perfect. Too much blend on it. Blend and overdose. Okay, so first we start the file that we open with the file name append binary. Right here is where we would error check, but we don't have an error checker yet. That's a topic for another video, so we're gonna leave it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to write everything. So what are we going to write exactly? We're so glad no one asked. First, we're going to write oh, we're gonna need to change it up completely. Void pointer. Data should still be there because it's a bit over-engineered. I like it. Then what? Unsigned long size of data will also be useful. Play tilted RUR. I haven't. Don't know what that is. What are you working right now? It looks like code. Yes, it's a computer science video in which I explain how memory works, how storage works, using a file format I'm gonna make for that video. Unsigned long size of data. Yeah, that would be the size of data. Then what? Let's actually list all of them. Data will be array of structs size of data, amount of structs in our array, Then what else we'll need is we'll need at the very beginning data description, which will be description of the struct, and then what? Well, that's a good question. Then what? Then the next thing will be something, right? What will it be? The size of data description. Those are the 4 things we need. Can you explain what zip, torrent, and different formats are in this video? I never figured out how they work. I will explain them kind of, because they're not difficult. They're actually... The point of this video is to explain... the point of this video is to explain exactly how files work in general. And once you understand how they work in general, then it's actually pretty easy to figure out any specifics. Hi, the Reblax, hi. Playing the Binding of... Oh, I've been wanting to play Binding of Isaac for such a long time. Is it healthy though? Well, consider the fact that 100% of my life is make it. You can always go more. That's what I did. Error check here. Okay, that's correct. Sick. So what do we do now? Well, we have the data description, and for the data description, we need another... we need something else. "1920 science fiction play remarkable, but then introduce us to robots." That does sound neat. Let's have a sip of coffee first. Hold on. Delicious. Okay. Let me have a think. Basically, what we'd like is for us to interpret the data description. So yeah, let's call it data interpretation.c, and let's data interpretation.h as well. And what this will do is it will interpret the data. How do you even watch a play that old? Did video cameras exist back then? A splendid question. Oh, piss off the Ask Copilot thing. I don't want that. So int, actually unsigned long pret struct is like this, and it will have on the inside void pointer struct data, and then unsigned long struct data size. Oh, I just love implementing arrays from scratch because I'm a sociopath. Just because I didn't think rehab what you think the play might have looked like. That's what drags are for. That's why drags are so important in art. Okay. So. Types. We're gonna have 0, which will be a boolean. We're gonna have a 1, which will be an integer. We're gonna have a 2, which is gonna be unsigned long. We're going to have a 3, which will be which will be just long. Actually, there's much of a difference between just subtract. Fine, whatever. Then we're gonna have 4, which will be a double. Then we're gonna have a 5, which will be a string. Them's be our types, and them's what we need to do. Yeah, that's why. I'm not gonna go there. I was about to say that. That's why weed is so important in arts. When you read a play, you know, there is enough budget to actually play the play. Okay. For signed long I is equal to 0, I is smaller than. Actually, in the includes, I might as well also add. Define unsigned. Oh, piss. I don't remember how define worked. Was define going the other way? Macro name and then value, okay. Which means in this case what we want is we want index type. There we go. And now we can just change it everywhere to be the index type, which is a tad bit shorter. Perfect? Doesn't seem to be perfect. Oh, because of this, right. Now it's perfect. Perfect! Perfection. At least Poland holds most fanboys in Eastern Europe. I is smaller than struct data size I++. Okay. Now what? Now that's a good question. Question, but how does knowing how a file system works help an average individual, or is it intended to provide value of something niche group? That's a kind of a hard question to answer, because when it comes to computer science, people really often make really dumb mistakes without even realizing why they are dumb mistakes. So, for example, really often when people... How should I put this? Last stream, yesterday, we had a bit of a problem. That problem was that basically I loaded a library into KiCad and I was trying to find a way to unload them. And in order to find that way, I was able to, well, whilst looking for that way, I was able to open up the position where the executable was, and over there go to the libraries to find like the architecture, let's call it, for the lack of a better word, where all of the files resided. And if you know how files work, then you can figure out when and when not to delete certain things without breaking the program. It helps you fix things much better. If you use computers on a daily basis, then basically the more you know about them, the easier it is to fix problems which other people would consider unfixable. I was trying to think of an example. For example, one neat thing that I'll explain in the video is that there is no difference between binary files and text files. A fact that don't keep them with such advanced errors. That's not about making advanced errors. That's errors that happen to everyone. That happens all the time to everyone. But the point is that only people who know how computers work can fix them. So one neat thing of the video is that all text files are also binary files. There is no difference between them, and there is no difference in different file types. So, for example, hold on, just. For example, you have files that are .zip or .7z. If I rename a file .7z to .zip, what's going to happen? So if I rename a.7z to a.zip, what's going to happen? A good city to visit in Poland for a few days long vacation. I think Poznań starts with a P, pretty big city. It gets usually pretty good rap for being tourist friendly. Or actually, I would suggest time when you go next to the sea. I know it's a bit far for you, but you know, considering how Hungary just lacks any water. I'm getting distracted, by the way. Interpret struct. What we need to do is torrent just a normal file send using say download. They say I need it for learning to download Ubuntu. Basically, as far as I'm aware, torrent is just a broken down file. So when you have a single file, when you break it down into multiple pieces, then you get random garbage. This random garbage is completely useless on its own. However, what makes torrent so revolutionary is that it allows you to put all of these garbage pieces back together to recreate the original file. So a torrent is just a fragment of a file where there's a bunch of people hosting it. And when you get the torrent, then it provides you with like a mechanism of assembling it back using files of other people. It is genius, it is lovely, it is way more advanced than my explanation. And that's the basic idea. Okay. So this should be simple enough. Oh, the string though, it's gonna be tricky. And that's because the next thing after the string... Ah, shucks. Why is it not the standard method if it's revolutionary? Is that safe? Well, it's because you need different things for different things. For example, I could ask the same question. Telephones, or cell phones to be more exact, they are revolutionary. But if we have cell phones, why do we still use laptops? Just because something is revolutionary doesn't mean it should override everything else. Torrent is revolutionary is because it allows you for decentralized storage, which is really convenient, really neat when you want to store something in a decentralized way. To be fair, really often that amounts to illegal material, simply because, well, if you store illegal material on a centralized unit, then law enforcement can just take that centralized unit. But I've also seen it used for legal stuff, where basically a bunch of Linux distributions, yeah, I think they are also hosted as a torrent, where basically a bunch of different people host a piece of the Linux distribution. I think Arch Linux, you can download it from torrent. Right. Yeah, signature always important. Or am I delusional? Yeah. So it's very neat technology. People on the thing is, internet is really ill-suited for being decentralized, and as such, a lot of people have tried their best to make it decentralized, and every single time they do it, it's genius. Every single time it's a genius technique. Honestly, cryptocurrency, I'm heartbroken because cryptocurrency was so creative, and then they fucking used it for frivolous bullshit. But can I trust downloading Ubuntu using it? And can I just install it after downloading its torrent? Do I need to take with it to figure it out? Well, I mean, what I would recommend is that when you are downloading Ubuntu, you go to their website, you go to the Get Ubuntu, here you have the torrent downloads, and then you read this page where I'm pretty certain somewhere it should say, does it not? There's no way it doesn't. That would be so dumb if it doesn't. Piss off. I don't need this. You can also download it from a mirror, I guess. You can just download it right here. Does it really not give you a way to verify your download? What is Ubuntu? No, I'm confused. It should be safe. It's kind of weird that that there isn't like an obvious way to verify it. So for example, if I go to Arch Linux, if I go to download, then at the very bottom you have download verification, which allows you to verify that what you downloaded is the actual Arch Linux. This is a standard method. That's always what happens when you download operating systems. They give you a way to verify if the operating system that you downloaded is the actual operating system. I don't know why Ubuntu doesn't have that, or maybe it does, it's just buried somewhere deeper in the docs. Go read the documentation. Kids these days, they don't read. They don't read at all. Back in my day, we just had paper. No ink even. We didn't have ink. Ink wasn't invented yet. Alright, void pointer struct data and struct data size. The tricky bit here will be that after the string, we will somehow need to actually, oh yeah, no, let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 0 will be terminate. That's what 0 will be. Oh, I'm a genius. Like, it's kind of obvious. And then in that case, if we go over, we don't even need the struct data size now, but we're still gonna do it. Back in my day, we only had clay. Not even clay tablets. Yeah, I've been there, Roblox. I've been there. Will you explain how operating system works in this video of yours? Because if I'm not wrong, has made a lot of files. I will eventually get to operating systems. My plan is that once I get... The thing is, for this computer science series, what I want to do is I want it to be practical. Every single time I explain something, I want to follow it up with practical examples. For example, in this video... So for example, in this video, I was explaining how basic computation works whilst building a basic computator. No, I don't want to call it calculator, it's too simple. Right here, I was explaining how to read binary numbers, and I actually implemented the code that would read those binary numbers in different ways. In this case, I want to explain how files work by creating my own file format. Once we get to operating systems, which will be way down the line, I would like to make my own operating system for that video. It's not that difficult, it's doable. Ah, yum yum, okay. Struct data. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Actually, why am I doing a void pointer? That's so idiotic. Char pointer. Oh my goodness, this should have been a char pointer all along. Okay, yeah, so first, in the video actually, because I also need to get to work on the video. My god, I'm just so behind. I'm so behind! Before the memory addresses, we'll actually go over data types. Remember the last video in this. You should know that there was one takeaway. Especially important, and that's all data. The ways to read data are arbitrary. And so that's why we'll start the video talking about data types. Char, short, int, long, double. Those are the data types. Actually, I guess char, I could... You know what, after double I'm gonna do char again, because it will be fun to explain the characters, how they work. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Now. Oh, I need more coffee. I would be lying if I said that I didn't have fun, by the way. I am having a lot of fun with this. May not seem like it, but I am having a lot of fun with this, simply because I love C. Okay, so right here we have the char pointer struct data. Now, for right here we're going to have index type, which will be equal to size of struct equal to 0 for now, and then index type, no, it return size of struct. And now what do we do? Hi there, Unplug Lamp! Hi there! Are we capable of this polygon? Is there any secret learning method behind you becoming a polymath or while building up a YouTube community? There isn't really a secret other than the fact that I don't consider myself a physicist, nor a mathematician, not a computer scientist, not a programmer, none of these. I consider myself a scientist. And as such, there is no difference between any field in my eyes. The difference is arbitrary at best and just harmful at worst. And basically you can approach any field in the exact same way. Lord knows mathematics is used in chemistry, and well, chemistry isn't quite used in mathematics, but you get, well, at least I guess smoking weed doesn't matter. The point is once you approach everything with a scientific mindset, you can just see the parallels. And remember, I had 3 pounds exactly for no reason. You go on a college visit there, I just went. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lump. Are you feeling better? I'm feeling better now, obviously, I mean, because they're clearly not. Is it another make it distraction moment? Because I'm good at that. Better, okay, I'm glad to hear then. I really am glad to hear. Now, what do we want to do here? Well, if it's a 1, what do we want to do with this? If it's a 1, then we wanted to add 1. If it's a 2, we wanted to add 4. If it's a 3, we wanted to... You know what? Actually, right here we can do short. Ah, there are no powers, so I guess there's no point in short. Short is such a useless data type as well. Some KSP done. Is it going to MSU though? Wait, KSP as in Kerbal Space Program? That's a good game. I like that game. How many hours do you spend for walking and learning per day? Depends. 12 to 16 hours. Well, more like 12 to 18 hours a day. It depends on how much I sleep, how much I eat, how much I do all the stuff. Recently, I'm getting a lot of problems in my life, unfortunately. Nothing too crazy, just a bit of a unfortunate timing of a bunch of... It happens. You take the bitter with the sweet, as Raymond Reddington would say. But the only problem is that they kind of piled on top of each other, where I have a bit of a lot of things going on, which isn't bad. It's typical. The bigger problem is that it's annoying and it's dragging me away from the actual work. Make it, there's a fundamental difference between math and actual science. Sure, yeah. I'm the best at the trying to listen now. I'm sorting close. Sorting, that's good. Productive. I like it. Okay, size of struct data. What do we want to do here? Well, if struct data is equal to a 1, then we want it to be a 1. If struct data is equal to a 2, we want it to be a 4. 3, then this, and 4, this. 5 is, I'm pretty certain, the same. 6 would be different. So, if struct data. How could cook your own food, keep your house tidy, all while living alone? Assumption while working 18 hours a day. You don't have to apologize for that assumption. That assumption is actually fair. I cook my own food because it doesn't take that much time. Cooking for yourself is actually not that difficult. Cleaning it up is much more annoying, but that's what dishwashers are for. Right now you can hear it in the background going, actually. I set my dishwasher right before the stream because after the stream I'm gonna cook myself some goulash. And I don't actually keep my house tidy. I don't. It's a mess. It's an awful mess. And I haven't had the time to clean it up for 3 months now. Mickey doesn't live alone. They have 2 roommates, Susie and Jesse. Piss off. If struct data is greater than 0 and if struct data is smaller than 6, then we're gonna go in here. There we go. Yeah, so here's the basic idea. This is annoying. Susie and Jesse, okay, I wish I had friends like us. Okay, so Timon may have misled you a bit. That's because Susie is a mannequin and Jesse is a 3D printer. I'm not insane, I swear. Okay, if this struct is in there, then what do we add? Well, if... Hold on, inline if and C. I always forget how to do that as well. Inline if C. Shorthand if. Ternary operator, yeah, right. Condition, expression true, expression false. if this is equal to a 1, then we want it to be a 1. Otherwise, is this equal to a 2, we want it to be size of int. Otherwise, if this is equal to a 3, we want it to be equal to size of unsigned long. And actually, let me check something real quick, because there is possibility that all of these would be the same. So new file, let's call it test.c. Move it up. Yeah. Include standard lib.h, include standard io.h, int main. Print. And then right here, size of unsigned long, size of long, and size of double. If I'm not mistaken, right? Make it not making it of the insanity allegations. I'm not crazy, I have no idea what you could be possibly referring to. I'm fine. I'm actually fine. Oh, I did print instead of print. Right. Jeez, GCC is nice. It even tells me what's wrong. Test. That's absolutely not what I meant to do. That is so way off. 888. Perfect! Perfection! That's exactly what I needed. Unsigned long double. Unsigned long double. Which means otherwise, if this is not equal to a 2, then we just need it to be an 8. And there we go. That's the thing. Anyone who gets my reference is the real one. That video has like double-digit views, Timon. I don't think the original. I don't even remember which video that was from. Oh, was it a main channel or a yellow channel even? I think it was yellow. Oh no, it was charity. Even I don't remember Timon. If someone gets that reference, they get a golden star. It's even I don't remember. Okay, so this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens when you fuck around and find out. I'm back. Oh, it was the I'm back. That makes sense. The crying in the bathtub. Yeah. Can I try to make it kill the Pope joke? I didn't kill the joke. Okay, if this size of struct, this size of struct, that's great. Now what happens if it's a 6 or a 0? Well, if struct data I is equal to 6, I just activated my praise seeking. I will find the reference now. That was new. They're not the real ones. The shitpost channel is not popular. It's just for the shitpost. Okay. If it's 6, that means what we need is right here. Char reading string is equal to 0. If this is the case, then reading string equal to 1, and if struct data If someone doesn't follow all 5 channels, the best ones follow all 6. And the true stalkers that have a restraining order follow all 8. There is more than 8. There is so much more than 8. I don't remember most of them. Who is Elliot? French. That's all you need to know. Alright, if not struct string, then reading string is equal to 0. And at the very end, if reading string, then what? If we're reading a string, fuck me, I've done it incorrectly. Yeah, I guess it can support strings of constant sizes. Fuck! Fuck! Oh, fuck! Oh no, I've done it so incorrectly! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, no, no! 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 That's bad! Oh fuck, why didn't you all warn me? Thank you so much, I'm glad to help, Lump. Why didn't you all warn me that I was doing this incorrectly? I heard that your real name is Gustavo. Yes, my name is actually Gustavo Fring. Meet the cups. Wait, I did this. That was so proper good. No, I'm done. I'm keeping this for now. For now, I'm keeping this. It's gonna be a constant string so far. I was reading the play. Unbelievable. Ninja, you're fired. Make it doing C. Of course I'm doing C. What else would I be doing? I've set it up incorrectly. Why didn't you all warn me? Honestly, you are all fired. Each and every single one of you. Each and every single one of you. Does it build, by the way? Of course it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't mean types. Yeah, I know. Okay, but we do have interpret struct, which will give us the correct thing now. Now what? Well, now... That's a good question. I am so upset that... Because now it can only support constant strings. And that's like so garbage. Ah, whatever. There we go. This is our thing. Congrats. Let's go back. There we go. We have our interpret struct, whatever. Data description will obviously be our interpret struct, and the size of data description will be obviously this. And now this function will return... what will it return? It will return index type. The index type will be size of struct. Exactly. Now that we have the size of struct, all that we need to do is on the very beginning, write down the data description into the file, which will tell us how to read the thing. What exactly are we cooking here, by the way? I'm just cooking up a simple file format for the video. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I want to make a video about memory and storage and files and so on and so forth, so I'm just gonna make a simple one. And that's it. Yeah, I guess let's do it. So now here's what we'll need. We have the size of struct, which is what we needed, and now first of all we're going to do size of data. That's what we're actually no. First of all we're going to write down size of the struct descriptor. That's what we'll do first. In which case, I don't know, one of this won't be text, only this will be data descriptor, and size of data descriptor will be the size of data descriptor. Then next thing will be, that's really cool stuff, excited about it. Glad you are, because so am I. I love coding in C. People hate it, I love it with all my heart. It's the best thing. I have so many unfinished C projects I just left. Make it, you should sleep. I'm busy. No. I have a position open on my lap. Well, with all due respect, I deny the offer, but if any of you want to nap, well, I have a position open on my lap as well. I'm so jealous of Theo. Don't tell him that, by the way. Theo mustn't know, but I'm so jealous of Theo. Theo has such amazing friends. He can just like fucking cuddle with them and watch movies, like on a casual daily basis. What the fuck? Life is so unfair. Bullshit. Bullshit's what it is. I'm pissed. Alright, what are we writing next? First we have the descriptor. No, first you're writing the size of the descriptor. Why didn't you tell me? My goodness. I almost made a catastrophic mistake. First we're writing the size of the descriptor. Always remember about the address. And that will be size of index type. Which, by the way, let's change these to index types because we're professional. Hehe. Would you have named yourself make it if you were your parent when you were born? Yeah. Yeah. Envy is ready, make it. I know. Okay, size of the descriptor, index type, we're writing first this down, then we're writing this down. Afterwards, we want to write down the size of data, which will once again be size of index type. And afterwards, amounts, right here, this will be the amount of structs. Size of the struct descriptor, yeah, then the destruct descriptor. Make it, you have more subscriber. You know what? That is true. I haven't considered that if I pop up on your feed, you realize I'm all you need. This is the first stage of grief, more subscribers. I haven't considered that argument, Reblax. You are correct. Also, I had the question, why is file writing an in function unless you're returning errors? Could you make it, you can make it a void function, right? Yeah, because I'm returning errors. You answered your own question, Rainspec. It's because I'm returning errors. That's because right here, this is what it will look like. However, I can't do it yet because I haven't implemented the error checking. I'm leaving error checking for a future thing. Just like right here, I left this error check without error checking. Just add a to-do then, so when you won't forget. I won't forget, don't worry. I never forget. I remember everything. Data description, size of data description. Hold on, no. Oh, yeah, right. Now we're doing the fun bit. Now we're in the fun category. That's because now we're in the funsies because for index type I is equal to 0. I is smaller than size of data. I plus plus. And then data. Oh, piss, how am I gonna do this? It's a void pointer, which means, can I index it? Because I cannot index the void pointer, obviously, but I'm pretty certain I can index the void pointer, correct? Appears to work. That's good. Size of data description? No, just size of data. Easy way to check if I get a warning. Did I get a warning? Nah, that's piss. I didn't. I did not, in fact. Well, look at me. I'm just... did it correctly, apparently. Well, ain't that a pleasant surprise? Alright. Now it's time to test it. Name. We need to create a test struct, so... struct test... testing. Actually, normally the way I did it is like this. Struct. There we go. And then the test struct will look like so. It will have a... Yeah, you can. But can it? No, you can. You said it's. Physical contact's not allowed because of society. Yeah, you got it. You got it right, Ninja. You got it completely right. Let's do char is equal to so char first, then unsigned long second, then double third, then char fourth, and then char pointer. I regret this last one because it only allows for constant strings. Okay, perfection. So we have the test struct. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a testing of a 10. That's it. We don't actually care about the values, to be honest. We're gonna care about them in a second. Let's make it some really popular celebrity on the mask, and it's all about best for experiment. Yeah, I'm Ryan Gosling. Just don't tell anyone. Listen, I don't mean to be that guy, but hold on. No, I don't know what to tell you. That's the Sometimes I feel like Ryan Gosling from that movie, but other times I feel like Ryan Gosling from that other movie. And yeah, the first one was called By Timon, by the way. Alright, void pointer data, which will be... Well, that's the tricky bit, actually. Fucking hell. That's the tricky bit, because what we actually need is we need testing 0. Netsees. Hi there, Acronymus. Hi, welcome. Actually, no, let's call it template. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do template.first. It's gonna set it to, I don't know, a 10. Template.second. We're gonna set it to 100. Template.third. I didn't mean it to be an L, by the way. It should be just a third. We're gonna set it to like this. Then template.fourth. We're gonna set it to be a 0. Yes, and then template dot. I regret this last one so much because it only allows for constant strings. We're gonna set it equal to. Well, that's tricky because we like need to allocate it. We need to allocate the memory for it because otherwise it won't work. Which is great. Malloc, fine. Malloc 5. That's great. Malloc 6. Oh, piss. Piss templates. I dislike this a lot. I do dislike this a fair bit lot. Damn it. Where's my man? There we go. This sucks so much. This sucks so much. This sucks so much. Test, I don't know, first is equal to template. Let's just do 4 for now. I think that's fine. And I'm gonna call them first 0, first 1, and first 2 because I gotta keep you on your toes. It can't be too simple. First 0 is good dot. Third is going to be equal to first 1 dot fourth will be equal to 10. First 2 dot I regret and then fourth. Oh, but they all have the same pointer, which means this won't work. I need to give it a different malloc. This is bullshit. Malloc 6. It's fine. It's fine. I just need to die. Versify. It's fine. Matic. Okay. I'm gonna go. Alright, bye, unplugged now, even though saying it's a bit really late. I'm so sorry for that. Like, it sounds like you need some discriminated tag unions. No, I don't want the unions. I guess I could just... Oh, eventually I will have to talk about unions, won't I? But no, I refuse to. I refuse. We're not doing unions. We're not doing unions. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to create an array. Test pointer array is equal to malloc size of test times 4, and then array 0 is going to be equal to, this is such supreme garbage, because it has to be address of first, doesn't it? Yeah, this has to be test pointer. Why am I doing it with a test pointer? Hold on, can someone remind me? I don't remember. What am I doing in my life? Oh, in that case, we don't need a... You know what? This is actually supremely fucked up. Because right here we're writing the... No, this is correct. This is correct. I usually define binary file format as a single type. What do you mean by that? How can you define a whole binary file format as a single type? I have no idea what that means, Acronymous. They don't get girls, so they homebrew them. They've got the stuff figured out. This is supremely messed up, because what I need to do is I need to do this 0, 1, 2, and then we plug in the array as the data. Then size of data will be 4. Then we need to do the data description, which is fine, because that's just char data description of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I'm an idiot. And then, if I remember correctly, can you set it by default like this? I remember there was a way in which it worked, I just don't remember how. This? It did, that's great. So we have, in order, Charford cheese, this is rough. I've did it in such a awful way. I did in such an awful way. Okay, so what we want it to look like is 1, 3. I should remove the char pointer actually. Yeah, I should remove it just completely. We don't. Yeah, no, this is awful. I'm removing it. This will be useful eventually when we change the system up. What's your favorite thing you coded? For anyone who's been here at least once when I was coding, they already know the answer. Anyone who's been here at the very least once already knows what I'm about to pull up on the screen. Multi-up. This is my own graphical engine. Ventum engine. It is Ventum engine, yeah. MKT multi-up, or the Ventum engine is the name of the engine, which is my own graphical engine included with DLLs, file reading that actually can plug in. It's really good. It's really, really good. It was back in the day, 2 years ago. My goodness, it's been a while. Anyway. Back to this garbage. There we have it. We have 4 of them, and then these won't have 10. These will have 4. They will only have 4 types instead. And those types will be the 4th one will be a boolean actually, so we're gonna set it to a 1, and right here in the second we're just gonna set the second to a really high number. There we go. So we're going to have char. Well, boolean doesn't matter, so I guess 1. Yeah, it's fine. 1 boolean, but it's actually a char. Is it updated now? Because you said it wasn't, not it is. Well, it's because I stopped working on it 2 years ago. That's why it was. Eventually, I do plan to get back to it. It would be fun. It would be a fun thing to do. Second is unsigned long, so a 3. Then what we have is a double, so a 5. And then what we have is back to the char, which is a 1. So 1, 3, 5, 1. And that's our data descriptor. And size of data descriptor is a 4. And that's actually it. I'm pretty certain that should be it. Cast test pointer as void pointer. I know. You can stop complaining now. Hi, Diskun. Hi, welcome. Fine, I'll just cast it. It's a void pointer, trust me. File handling C, line 17. Implicit declaration. Yeah, because you didn't include the data interpretation, that's why. There we go, no problems. Main, exe. Wow, it ran without issues. That's something, testing. We won't be able to see if it's correct. That's the pickle. We can't see if this worked until... Well, actually there is a way for us, because we do have the hex editor. Why does it make it... Oh, because I appended. Right. Yeah, delete it. Run it again. The testing sessions, let's see. Looks pretty proper. Yeah, ladders, no. From friends, but company with friends for years. It's not easy. Oh, I get fudge my back. Opened the hex editor. I know, already did. However, are we really about to read through it? Yeah, let's do it. Before I actually implement the reading, let's first read through it to see if we got it correctly. First, we write size of the data description, which should be a 4, that's correct. Then we write the data description. I couldn't help but notice that the data description in that case is a 0000. Okay. That's good. It's good stuff. Why? Data descriptions are this constant? Or do I need to mallocate it? Because if you want me to mallocate it, I am... Oh my goodness, I didn't free anything, by the way, at the end. Whoopsie. Array. Free. Data description. And hey, if you want me to mallocate it, that's fine by me. One, 3, 5, 1. 1. Yeah, piss off. No, didn't do absolutely anything. Okay. Okay, good. That's great. I didn't even want it to work, honestly. I didn't even care. I didn't even care about it, to be completely honest. Why didn't it work, if I were to be so bold as if to ask? We had data description, size of data description, which is a 4, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Four, yes. I'm losing my mind. Because why would it be a 0, 0, 0? Oh wait, 1, 3, 4, 5. That's right here. What the fuck? It got saved as an 8. Oh, I'm an idiot. Jeez. Honestly, all of you, Rainspec and Acronymus, I blame both of you. Both of you could have easily spotted this and you didn't tell me. Both of you could have easily spotted that this is an unsigned long and actually it's writing the 8. I blame both of you. Rainspec and Acronymus, it's your fault. You should have been paying more attention. Okay, 1, 3, 5, 1. That's correct so far. Next what? Well, next we write the amount of structs, which is a 4. That is correct. That's the amount of structs that we're writing in. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's the size of it. And then I mean, I didn't to my brain off and just did math. The desire to not be conscious. You're saying. Have you tried playing Balatro? Okay. And now all 4 of these are just perfect repetitions of themselves. Good. Oh, fucking hell. Of course they are perfect repetitions. Of course they are perfect repetitions. Why are they perfect repetitions? Because we didn't multiply it by the size of struct we had previously. My goodness. Delete the testing. Yes, delete it. Should be much larger now. Yes, it is. There we go. Proper good. Proper good. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now... So the data description size of struct, which is 4, and then right here, till the very end, is where the actual data starts. And so that would be... Would you do anything different from now, once you are a YouTuber with million subscribers? Yes, I would be more practical and make even more stuff. Someone is just arguing with someone else in the Make It channel about how many mistakes I make in my videos. There we go. make it happen. Would you run fun summits? Why not? Why not? But like brain wants a connection. I mean, Reblex, I do believe that. I still believe that. In your case, what do you think as a symptom is actually the cause? The typical, you know, not socializing and therefore feeling of just thinking of socializing as a weird thing, and which only leads to less socializing, vicious cycle, and so on and so forth. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I do complete. I'm reading fucking binary just manually. I clearly don't know. Okay. So we start here, which should be 10. That's any looks like a 10. All of these, that looks like 10. That's correct. Then the next one should be 100. That doesn't feel like 100. It's like a bit more. 16 times 6. That feels like more than 100. Or am I wrong? 16. Oh, it might actually be 100. 16 times 6. Never mind, egg on my face. 100. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have. I'm not even gonna attempt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's correct. Then we have 0. That's once again correct. Then we start the next one. Or do we? Wait, the first 10 is incorrect. It just hit me. This is 8. That shouldn't be 8. That should be 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that should be only 1. And there is 8. That's a 10 make it. I'm talking about the amount of bytes. There's 8 bytes here. And there should only be 1 byte. Why is there 8? That's very unfortunate. That's very, very unfortunate. Source of data F, right data I. New dynamo. No, that couldn't be it. Well, it might be, maybe, I don't know. Do this restart with char, yes. Long second. Double fed, no. Yeah, because in that case, no wonder the 4th is messed up as well. Why wouldn't it be messed up? Shucks. Shucks indeed. That's curious. That's really curious. Isn't the second unsigned long long? Yes, and unsigned long long is these 8 bytes. These 8 bytes is the unsigned long long. These 8 should be a char, a single byte. Huh. Well, that's quite a pickle. That is indeed quite a pickle. And you can see that, if I'm not mistaken, this actually ends early on a 10. within in fact should keep going, and that's because we ran out of space, because we wasted all our space on treating chars as if they were long longs, which is not what we want. That's really... Is it because structs... Oh, easy. Let's just... Endline size of tests. What should be 1 to 18? We should get 18 in the chat. We got a 32! Ladies and gentledems, I found the culprit. It's the fucking structs, because of course it is. Let me guess. Let me guess. This will be an 8. It's a 1! Egg on my face again? Why? Hi, Vico! What's happening? Hold on, I'm thinking... Wait, so this is wrong. Just 32. Why 32? Attribute pack to destruct. Oh, that could work, actually. Yeah, that could work. That's annoying. I hate it when my program is trying to, like, optimize garbage. Hold on, I haven't added attributes in years. How do you add attributes? Oh, you just add attributes. Wait, right here on the end, because we're doing it with type def. I guess that's a good question, actually. I'm pretty certain in between this and test. Attributes. Packed. Nope. The plot thickens. Where do you add attributes when you're in a struct? At the end? Okay, genuinely. After the struct keyword. Okay. What if I'm type defing it though? Uh-oh. Shucks. Oh, do I add it like right here when I declare it? Pickle, 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 pickle. Pretty big pickle. Shucks, 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 shucks. See attribute. Let me have a look. Underscore left down repacked. Pack structures GNU. Let's see the documentation. Struct, attribute, packed, and then this. The only pickle being that I have a type def, and the type def really dislikes what I'm doing. Don't it? Yeah, it do. Yeah, it do indeed. Laid out no gut binding after struct. At the end of structure type declaration. Wait, wouldn't that be... wait. Aren't we fooling around? Shouldn't it be right here? Because the struct is type dev, I mean, messing everything up. Wait, no, right here. There we go. Egg on my face. It's not the type dev. Is it just code? Hold on. It was just code. Never mind. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. The VS Code just has no fucking clue what we're doing. That's fine then. It compiled just fine. There's absolutely no problems. Oh, I love errors all the way in my code. You know what? I don't even mind. 18! Festive. This looks really proper correct. Oh boy, I am so glad that in a simple video about files and memory, I will need to explain what attributes are. No, I'm gonna leave this for the next video in the series, which will be about compilation and programs and so on and so forth. I guess Stack Overflow lied. Acronymous, Stack Overflow never lies. Stack Overflow bullies and hurts you, but never lies. Let's see. 1351 for... yes. There we go. Now it's a single byte. Next we have 8 bytes. Next we have 8 bytes. Next we have 1 byte. At least that's what it should be. Then we have... a lot of space, apparently. Why do we have a lot of space? Check this piece. I think maybe logistic. I don't care if code recognizes if I don't care if VS Code recognizes my code as correct or not. It's their problem. I don't have a problem with that. Size of data description. Okay, so here's where it ends. Here's the 00. That should be the last of the first struct. So then we move on to the next struct. However, size of data times size of struct is because right here this shouldn't be size of data. There we go. Fixed. This looks proper. Zero. Yeah, that looks good. That looks accurate. Well, there we have it then. That should be correct file writing. Then on to correct file reading, however. Because we wrote the file, it's time for us to read it now. Fortunately, because this ain't my first rodeo, I did plan accordingly, and right here we do have everything we need in order to read the file. Which means now all we'll need to do is just do the same thing backwards. So actually, if we were to be a bit more, let's say, professional about this, can't you just cast it to struct in this case? What do you mean? Mem copy then cast the resulting pointer. You mean when reading? No, we cannot. When reading, we're gonna read it step by step. Well, not really step by step. We're gonna read the entire thing. But it's important that we read it in 4 segments. Because we still want them to be different. When reading we can't, because the whole point of this file format is that for the purposes of the video I need it. The whole point of this file format is that when you're reading the file, you have no idea what you're reading. So you will not know you won't know what kind of struct you're reading. So you cannot cast to it because, well, you don't know the structure of the struct and how you're supposed to cast to it. Hence why I'm just gonna keep it light with void pointers. And as such, file reading. I should probably make a struct with all of these. Yeah, that would be much better. That would be much better. Let's call it mkt file because I'm vain. And there we go. There we go. The index type isn't defined because, of course, why would it be? We'll need to define it in a second. Or actually, we can just do unsigned. Well, no, we're doing it the proper way. We should do it the proper way. Includes. Should only do functional programming with a new types system at some point. Listen, I plan to add a lot of things to this. This is the starting point. We're starting with files. But in the future, I would like to obviously talk some more about logic. Graphical engine, I would also love to talk about graphics and make my... The whole point of this series is that whenever I talk about something, I will explain it whilst working on the practical application of that thing. You know, I'm starting with files, making my basic file format, so on and so forth. I already got the... already asked me about it, is their name, I pronounce it normally. No vowels. They already asked me about it, and eventually I even plan to make my own fucking operating system around this. Simple one, obviously, because it's just for the sake of being an example. But it's a fun thing to do. In this case, we can just do mkt file instead. And then a file. And that way will be better, because then right here, we can do it the opposite way. Like this. Which should be a bit cleaner. Always add a version to your file. What do you mean? File writing, file reading, of course. Now we need to modify the funding thing. Why are you screaming at me? What's your problem? Incompatible with int file reading. Yeah, it's because I haven't. Just piss off for now. My goodness, honestly. Can't have shit in this house. File. There we go. I guess I should also return an int for the error. As in, put the version field into the format. This format is temporary. After I'm done with the video, it won't become relevant at all. It's for the purpose of the video. I don't need the version. Besides, fun exercise in forced backwards compatibility, am I right? Now, what do we do? Yeah, right, we do file and then everything here, file dots. Can I inline cast it with all the values on the inside? I think I can, right? I think what I'm doing is a crime against everything that's good in this world, but can I? That is so cursed. I refuse to believe this will work. I refuse to believe. There is just simply no way. Wow, that is cursed. I can just inline cast it with all the values already in there. What language is this written in? C, the best one. This is written in the best one, the only correct language. There's no... Every other language is a poser. Vying for the throne. We have this, file writing, and the reason why we need the struct of the file is because this one will return it. And I don't wanna bother with too many void pointers, even I'm not that insane. So right here, as always, I'm gonna do the thing where I just copy boilerplate from the internet, C file reading, because I don't fucking remember. No one does. No one ever remembers. No one should remember. Fopen fgetc. I don't think fgetc was the best one, was it? This, by the way, gets a character. Oh yeah, reading was a pain, I remember. Oh, because reading was like a cursor or something, wasn't it? Oh my goodness, okay, hold on, I need my own code for this. I cannot. I need my own code. MKT multi-app or file modules, actually. Those would be better. And then right here, let's just go for MKTAG. Right, that was it. I remember that reading was always a pain. Okay, let's keep it consistent though. And MKT info as well, fancy strikes. Let's keep it consistent. Might not inline this, by the way. Oh yeah, because I stole it from the internet. Right. And also the error check. Convenient. A read binary this time. And then in this case just name. We don't have file name yet. Now, the only correct one is assembly. Buddy, oh buddy. You want some assembly? I don't remember the keyword for it. I don't remember, it was ASM underscore 64, something like that. You can write assembly in C. It lets you. I would know because I tried to make my single line of code even more cursed than it really was, but I just couldn't handle it, unfortunately. Char list. What do we... Yeah, okay, so I remember this. Yeah, this basically reads the entire file into... this reads the entire file into the list, giving you size of file as a size of that file, which is convenient. That's really convenient. And in this case, the reason why we need it is because the first 8 characters... Oh, this is great, actually. Hold on. Acronymus, I have a quick question for you. I'm out of practice. I would like your take on it. If I do list 0 and then cast it as an unsigned long, is it going to read forward or is it going to read backwards? Like, is it going to read 8 chars forward or 8 chars? I have no idea. Okay. Well, I guess in that case, let's just fingers crossed, am I right? Let's just finger cross this forwards. I guess I can just print it. We can just check. Oh, print is defined in this case. Color me surprised. Return mpt file. File data. And just noise. Return noise because we like noise. Oh wait, because I'm casting it incorrectly. Instead of it needs to be a pointer, it needs to be the list, and then that needs to be pointed. Yes, I think that's the correct way to do it, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Life is for the brave. Life is for the brave. So right here before the test, let's do the file reading. The name will be the exact same name, honestly, why not? We're just trying to read it back right away, no one cares. No one cares about the return either. Oh, you didn't even give me a warning for not reading a return? Fine. Bold. 4. That's correct. Yeah, good. It read it forward. Nice, neat. Okay, cool. So that's great news, because that means that if we go to file handling, this will give us... Oh wait, I deleted the thing. I didn't mean to. It's still useful to me. If we go back to file handling, then file data will be... We need to malloc everything inside as well. I just realized... Ah, yeah. I know, yeah, mem copy, actually, for copying it. Yeah, we'll need mem copy. String H? Why in string? Copy the first pointer onto the second one. Wait, no, copy the second one. Copy the second one onto the first one, alright. I also need to freaking include string.h. Gross, I'm including such abstract headers. Ew. Yucky. The string header is included for puts in this case. Is it? Oh, never mind then. I don't need it. Thank goodness. Who needs includes in this life? Alrighty then. It makes sense that... wait, you mean to tell me that memcopy is not a part of standard lib, by the way? Is memcopy just default in C? I genuinely thought it would be part of standard lib. I'm shocked. I really am. Okay, so what we want in this case is we want to take the... Well, we want to just do it backwards, actually. That's kind of it. Yeah, that's about it, I would say. We just want to do the same thing we've done, except backwards. So, first of all, file data.size of data. I don't think it's part of the standard. Shocked. First, we write down size of data description. Means size of data description is equal to this. Then what? Let me just do it this way for reasons. Then we do a data description, in which case the data description, that's a pointer. Data description is a char pointer, which means what we need to do right here is we need to malloc file data size of data description, and then we need to memcopy into here. No wait, not this just meant to be data description. Memcopy into the data description the lists. This is kind of cursed, but I kind of like it. +8. List +8. No, trust me, see, I'm just adding to a pointer like a normal person would. That's what normal insane people do. And then what we do is just the size of the description. there we go. Now that we are done with this sane people behavior, this is great. Now that we're done with this sane people behavior, we do size of data next, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, size of data, which will be list plus 8 plus size of data description, and that cast as dancing long. There we go. And then what we do is we do the next thing, which is file data.data. That's a pointer, however, which makes it especially tricky because I did it with pointers because in the video I think that would be a much better explanation of how pointers work. File data size of data, and then for each one we want to. So first, what we want to do is file data is equal to malloc size of void pointer times file data size of data. That mallocs them. So now we have all of these, and then for each and every single one we will need file data 0 is equal to malloc and then file data dot write. Size of struct, that's how many we want, and then file data 0 mem copy into it the oh, this is fun and main file data size, no wait, no, not this, size of struct, there we go, and then the byte where we start reading is this one, size of data description. Yeah, so that's the list plus 8 plus this, that's this byte right here, plus 8, that gives us the start, plus 8. I really hope I can just add numbers as pointers there. I hope that C is cool with that. And then to it we add size of struct times I. And now that we compile, oh, would you look at that? Oh no, wait, first, hold on, that's an error. Told you, I told you, that's wild. You need the string. That's madness. That's egg on my face. I don't blame you, Acronymus, because it's honestly idiotic for memcopy to be a part of the string library and not the standard lib. And you can't just add numbers to pointers. Oh, can't I, Acronymus? Oh, I'm sorry, can't I add numbers to pointers? Who says so, huh? Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me from adding numbers to pointers? Are you gonna stop me? No one's gonna stop me. I fucking love C. I love that C just lets you add numbers to pointers. It's great. Oh, it's phenomenal. Now what we want to do is we want to read it. Unsigned long pointer plus 1 is actually pointer plus 8. But list is a char pointer. I'm operating with a char pointer entire time for single bytes. Yeah, this Acronymus, this isn't my first rodeo. Okay, now let's delete testing. And let's... Actually, no, before we go on, let's also... we need to free everything at the end as well. I should make a cleanup function for cleaning everything up. Why not just delete the file when running the program? What do you mean? Why would I delete the file when running the program? Okay, this. How do we see if it works? Well, we see if it works if after reading it, mpt file is equal to this, and then we take the file and we print file dot data 0, then cast this as a test pointer, and the program first thing delete the old generated file. Oh, you mean like that? I didn't want to do it because it doesn't really matter. I'm doing it for testing. Test pointer, this, cast it as a test pointer, access the 0th one, and then dot let's do first second fourth and third. Fingers crossed. Oh gosh, oh golly. Them's lots of errors, aren't it? In it. Something not a structure or a union. I specifically cast it to a test pointer. I think you need the open brace before opening one of the cast. Wait, open brace before opening one of the cast. No, that seemed to have done the trick. There we go. 10,000? No. Not even close. Well, the 10 is correct. Something. But then 0, 0, 0. It's not even close. Hi the race, hi the what? Hi, welcome to both of you. That's not even close. Now it's time for troubleshooting. Why is that not even close? Well, I don't want to know. Why wouldn't that be even close? It got the 10 correctly, which means it goes way off after reading the first one. Why? Okay, let's just try the first one for now. How about that? Let's just try this. Let's try 0, 0, 0. I think I know why. Because I've done it like an idiot. My goodness, because I've done it like an idiot. Wait, is it? What happens if I do 1 on all of them? Shouldn't that give us... The pointer is unnecessary. Yeah, the point... No, never mind. Take it back. I have no idea what I made, actually. I have no idea how what I made even works. I have absolutely no idea how what I made could actually work. File data pointer, that gives us, that points to the... I did malloc all of them, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I malloced the pointers, and then I malloced the size of struct inside of each pointer. So there should be no problem. Not memory, okay. Now, so 0. Okay, so data is a pointer of pointers for each one, which means the first one should... Oh. I have done too many pointers for no gosh damn reason. Use a fur. I have no idea what a fur is. So in this case... the arrows, if I remember. Oh, you mean no. I could, but I prefer this notation. I prefer this notation because it makes it easier for me to think. File dot data, pointer of pointers. 0 of 1 is the 0 of data. First one is the first data, and so on and so forth. Each one should be a 0, no matter what, because there is only one in each. So this is basically the equivalent of us pointing it, and that's it. That's what we're doing, we're just pointing it. We don't care about the 0. It doesn't change anything. I feel like I'm missing a malloc. It feels like the mallocs don't match up. Fine. But it doesn't feel right with the mallocs. Something feels off. That's the 0 of 1. Now onto the first ones. Yeah, no, this is still random garbage. I told you it's just notation. It's just notation, it doesn't change anything. That's curious. Have a pointer of pointers, so that's, we take that 0 gives us the 0 pointer, shows us the array. First one shows us the first one, which shows us the first struct. Yes. Why does that first struct fail? Unless we're reading into it incorrectly. The 0? No, because then you're gonna cast it one too many times. If I do 0 arrow, then I'm gonna cast a number as a pointer. And I'm just gonna... And C will not like that. That's the limit of what C can tolerate. Because considering how low the numbers would be, I'll just start reading like kernel level random access memory. Memory copying this, memory copying data. My goodness. That's hilarious. There we go, fix it. Fixed it. Now we can get back to the old notation, which was I prefer this notation because it will be much better in the video to explain how it works. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Of course, it's always gonna be the simplest possible solution. Let's now do 0, 1, 2, and a 3. Off to bed. Alright, good night, Acronymus. Good night. Thank you for being here with me while I lose my mind. It worked! It works splendidly! It works! There we go. We have a way to write and read the files, which means git add all of them. I'm sorry, git add dots. I meant git add dots. Dot slash everything. I hope that means everything added. Git working, reading slash writing. No wait, no, git commit of course. Git push. There we have it. It's finished for now. That is all we'll need for the video, which means now I can just get back to working on the video itself. Oh, my dishwasher finished dishwashing. How convenient. Anyway, everyone, I think that might be it for today's stream. That was a lot. We've gone ahead and done a lot. So I think that might be it. I'm gonna go script write the video a fair bit, work on the other ones as well. And for now, I suppose that'll be it. Thank you, Van, so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.